Yeah, I'm in the garage, borrowing the in-laws' garage. I'm gonna tan a deer hide that I got. I'm actually gonna make rawhide leather, so I'm gonna get all the hair off of it and into leather so I can make some moccasins. I got like a tub here and my deer hide. I got it salted from when I skinned it and pulled it out of the freezer. So I'm gonna mix some warm water in this this tub I got down here with some lye, some potassium hydroxide, and we'll soak the pelt and get all the hair to slip off of it. And then I can scrape all the fat and membrane off of it on the other side of the fleshing board. So I'll film the process of doing that. I'm gonna mix that. That way it helps the lye dissolve. I don't know, 5 gallons ought to do, and this should, what is this, 1 pound. So I'm gonna mix a pound for 5 gallons, and that should do the trick. It doesn't take that long. Stuff's super potent. It's like what they use to make soap. And you don't want to get it on your hands. Now we'll add some cold water. Take the deer hide. You have to let it soak for a little bit to, might be still a little bit hard, but I got it all mixed in now. Try to weigh it down or something. There, I got it covered up with some rocks. Now it's all submerged. Alright, well, it's been about 3 days and the deer pelt hide has been soaking in the lye solution. So it's time to scrape the hair, the fat, and whatever off and move on to the next step. Fleshing board now. Well, I put it back in some clean water. I'm gonna let it soak for a day and then rinse it, and another day and then rinse it, and another day. And then I should be able to scrape the fat and membrane off of it easier because it's so slick. It's like soap. So anyways, we'll let it soak. Alright, it's the next day here, and just rinse the water for the deer hide, or pelt, or whatever you want to call it. I let the hose run for a while and then stirred it and just kind of clean the water, so I'm letting it soak. Seems to be shrunken down quite a bit more. So we'll get it on the fleshing board and start scraping it. finally time to scrape some of this fat off. Probably going to be a slow growing process, but basically just gently scrape that crap. Well, I got it all fleshed out, so now I'm gonna let it kind of dry until tomorrow and then add the brain or tanning solution. Haven't decided which one I'm gonna use yet. Alright, well, I let the hide soak in salt water. I got it all scraped, and then I let it soak in salt water, and then I rinsed it out real well. And now I'm gonna mix some soap water, some Dawn, and let it soak for another, I don't know, day to get all the grease and fat off of it. And then we'll rinse it real good and let it dry out. So it's like day 4 on the hide or whatever. And I hung the hide up on this garage door here, and I forgot that I left the heater on. And anyways, it got too warm in here and it dried unevenly, so I put it back in some warm water last night to soak. I just let it soak overnight. Now I'm gonna dry it out so that I can apply the tanning solution and string it up on our stretcher board thing over there. So alright, so this is the stuff I'm using. Deer Hunters and Trappers hide tanning formula. It's pretty easy to use, just follow the directions. So basically got to apply it to the semi-dry skin and then we'll string it up. So what I'm going to do is hang it up from 4 points first, and then I'm going to poke holes all around the edge and stretch it tight. Alright, well, I got it stringed up. You can definitely see the holes where I shot it, but I'm not going to bother stitching them up. I'm gonna use these to make some moccasins, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And yeah, hopefully it dries out nice and tans nice. I'm probably gonna add another coat of that tanning solution to the backside real quick, just to make sure that it's fully absorbed, since I didn't have the allotted 24 hours to let it sit. But I think it looks pretty good. Definitely not an ideal hide, but it'll work. Well, I cut the hide down off of the drying rack, and so I got this rope set up, and I'm gonna basically work it real hard on the rope and get the fibers broken up. I used a wire brush and kind of scraped, not scraped, but roughed it up with the wire brush first. So kind of been working it on this thing, just rolling back and forth. So basically just a lot of that. I got a little bit more to do, but it's coming out real nice. It's nice and soft on here. There's some spots that are a little thin. I think I thinned it out a little too much on the fleshing board. So it's got these like translucent spots, but they're still really tough. So I'm just gonna keep working it a while. I feel like it's coming out pretty nice. Good enough for moccasins or stockasins, so it needs broken up a bit more, but I'm pretty happy with it.